In association with Official Wrestling comes A Few Good Marks Podcast. Everyone, welcome to A Few Good Marks Podcast. As always, I am your host, Kieran Moran, and I am joined by Pete,
Heyo.
Croft,
Hello.
Candy,
Hi.
and still no Willow.
Can you hear that sound in the background?
It's kayfabe breaking.
Hey!
That seemed rehearsed.
We've done many takes before this.
Can we laugh now?
That is kayfabe breaking in the background.
We are top professionals.
Oh, totally. You can always expect. Never mind. So today we're talking underused and wasted talent. I think we've done a podcast on this before, but probably not.
We were vastly prepared for that
So that's probably not good. So this is like the actual one.
Yeah.
As opposed to that one, which we'll probably only use for outtakes.
I would imagine so.
Probably so.
We'll pretend we did it today.
Yeah, totally. Kayfabe.
Willow's in. Yeah.
Just edit his voice clips in every so often. Everyone just be quiet. And I'm just like, wow. Oh, there was no wow.
Look at the back.
Roman Reigns. Wow. Okay, moving on. So today we're talking about underused and wasted talent. Liam, this was your idea you brought to the table for us to discuss. So we're going to let you go first with who's your first wrestler?
This is not so much a wrestler, but kind of like a blanket people who they haven't used properly. And it's part of it's due mostly to the ingrained prejudice in the back of WWE creative and so on. And it's every Japanese star bar Nakamura. I think throughout history has kind of been treated as more comic relief and has never really been taken seriously in WWE.
I was going to say the exact same point, and I was going to bring up Taka Michinoku.
Ooh, yeah, exactly.
Whose role in the WWE was as a member of Kai and Tai, who are obviously remembered for trying to chop off Val Venus's
PP.
John Thomas.
I would say yeah, but the way they're going with the talent, the two talents on NXT at the moment, Hideo Itami and Asuka.
Yes. I do like Asuka.
That is changing.
They're the only two, along with Nakamura as well.
Yeah.
That perception, but I think they kind of have to because of how New Japan is, and especially because they're trying to conquer Japan as well, which they're never going to do. But they're trying to be as up there with.
I'm sorry.
Why are you lying about conquer Japan?
They're trying to take over the market.
I was just picturing Vince McMahon on a boat going to Japan, conquering it.
They're trying. Never mind.
Steamrolling in with an ambulance.
Storming into Tokyo on a tank.
Sending in the B-52s driven by Roman Reigns probably.
We're playing the competition. Wow.
Nagasaki.
Wow.
Jesus H. Christ. Pete, who's top of your list?
For me, it's Christian, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I never really liked the fact that Edge was pushed so much harder than he was.
True.
I mean, yeah, Edge was the better talent, promo-wise, in ring and stuff, but...
Well, you've just answered your own question.
Well, yeah, I just didn't like the fact that they underutilised Christian so much because...
And the only reason he really got a world title run was because Edge retired.
Yeah. That's the really annoying thing about Christian. He's a 2-time world champion. True, but because Edge retired and it would fit the story.
I can understand them pushing Edge harder, but just, I didn't like the gap between them.
Yeah, it was too big. You can tell, because of that point, the fact that Christian only got world title runs in WWE because Edge had retired, you can tell Christian was kind of treated as the backup plan.
Always.
For Edge. From the very, very start.
Well, I mean, that's probably kind of why, Christian went off and made a name for himself in TNA.
Yeah, I really like when he went to TNA and he pushed him straight to...
He was great.
The NWA title picture.
Yeah. He was NWA champion within a month or something, wasn't he? Being there.
Brought straight, and I did a big intro for him. They did it really well with Christian in TNA, and then he came back to WWE
and he just wasn't.
He was put straight to ECW.
Was it just because Vince didn't like his face, if that rumour is true?
Really?
Have you heard that?
No.
I think Christian is much better looking than Edge.
Oh, I'd have to completely disagree.
No, I'd say Edge is better looking.
I think he looks too squinty for me.
Apparently,
what have you done? Never mind.
Apparently, Vince hated the way Christian looked, and there was a rumour that Vince was seriously considering just putting a blue dot over Christian's face.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Wow. This is the man who runs the biggest wrestling company in the world.
Blue dot.
Blue Dot.
Blue dot versus post-it note CM Punk at next year's WrestleMania.
I understood that reference. Top of my there's 3 on top of my list, and they're all tag teams because I think the tag team divisions. This is since the brand split, just hasn't been used very well. Considering how well since Team Hell No, the tag team division was built up to be a lot better. And now it's gone back to how it used to be. It's very dry. It's very empty. So I think American Alpha have definitely not been used as well. That could possibly. People are saying that's like the promo skills aren't as great. Sometimes what works in Full Sail doesn't always work. What works in NXT doesn't always work. But I mean, they're still phenomenal wrestlers, and I think if they were if you book them right, that was fine. I think American Alpha could do well on Raw under the Watch for Live Kurt Angle. On Raw as well, I think the Revival and Gallows and Anderson definitely not being used well.
Revival definitely more so.
The Revival are amazing.
It's the fantastic. I know Dash Wilder's injured, and he's only come back quite recently. And I think we'll probably see them being used better now that he's back. But at the same time, is there much room for?
Yeah, but I think this is a case of keep them out
There's
while
3
there isn't
hours on
anything for
Raw,
them to
they're
do,
ready.
rather than just shove them in and like have a 2-minute match against the Colognes or wherever. Keep them out until there's something that you can actually do.
Keep them out until they break up the Hardys if they are going to do that. Because while Sheamus and Cesaro and the Hardys are there, which I would say are the 2 biggest draws in the tag team division in Raw at the moment, the Revival are only going to be overshadowed. So you might as well leave them out.
Yeah,
It's funny you mentioned tag teams coming up from NXT. Because one of mine is the Ascension.
Oh, the poor Ascension.
And it's true what you say that, they were great in NXT and they got over really well and they were shite on the main roster. And it's the same with Enzo and Cass to a point because they didn't work as well. Neither of them worked as well on the main roster as they did in NXT.
No.
The crowd weren't into them as much. And just because you've got 400 people capacity in Full Sail, and half the time it's about half of that crowd or more are the same people.
Yeah.
So they get that personal bond with the people that they're seeing. So of course they're going to be more over in NXT. Even the heels are going to get a bigger reaction, like the Ascension, because people grow to hate them because week in week out they're beating up the tag teams that they're supposed to love. So it's a shame about the Ascension, and I think they could definitely been used better. But it's an NXT gimmick, so that's the reason.
Similar to the Vaudevillains.
Absolutely.
Massive
I've just watched.
But they just don't work on the. Main
I've
roster.
just watched the one where they won the tag team titles, and when they come out, they get a massive pop, and it's like, it's hard to believe that was the case with them. It's nuts.
And another one from that worked in NXT hasn't worked. Bo Dallas,
Yes.
NXT champion,
The only NXT champion to not do
huge heel in NXT, and then they bring him up, and he's basically he's been a joke for 2-3 years.
His biggest moment in the past couple of years or so is Brock Lesnar giving us a German suplex.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that happened.
That was
Exactly.
it was after, wasn't it? After he lost at Mania or something.
I think so.
It was the Raw. Yeah, it was after Rollins cashed in.
Right.
Yeah.
After 31.
Even having said that, Heath Slater upstaged him at getting beat up by Brock Lesnar. If
Yeah.
Heath Slater's upstaged you at anything, especially by getting beat up by someone else, you've not done well on the main roster.
No. I'd also say Luke Harper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can kind of see that.
The moment was there for him to, but then of the whole thing that's transpired with Jinder at the moment, it's like, fair enough.
I can see why.
Ty Dillinger's the last person on my list at the moment. I just think he's being underused.
Yeah, I mean, given time, he was on the Backlash pre-show. So, I mean, he's on a pay-per-view pre-show at least. And
Yeah, but
I know it's not great.
he was nowhere near Money in the Bank, and he hasn't been seen on SmackDown in ages.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Maybe they're just keeping him off till the stupid 10 chance die down. And then they can bring him back.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. But then as soon as you bring him back,
That's not
it's
the
just
reason, but they should.
10. But yeah,
I hate the 10 champ.
it's incredibly annoying. It grew from the referee going 1 to them going 2, 3, 2, 3, and I was like, okay, I can kind of get this because when he gets to 9, then you're going to go 10. Fair enough. And like that's only going to happen so often, and then people just decided to get bored of it, and then just like fuck off. Saw a tweet. I can't remember the tweet. It might have been
It was
Scroll.
brilliant.
May have been Marty Scurll.
No, that's wrong. It was brilliant.
Marty
It was me who got that
Scurll.
wrong.
Scurll. I can't pronounce his second name.
Skirl.
Marty Scurll. It probably wasn't even him.
Martin
Yeah.
Yes.
The villain.
Somebody said if wrestling fans are allowed to critique us on, and moan about us here, there, and everywhere, are we allowed to moan about the Too Sweet and 10 chants? I think it just got so many likes from so many wrestlers. It was off the charts. Which, I mean, absolutely has a point. It's just ridiculous, but anyway.
It's going too far. But it's happening, so.
Yeah, get over it.
Who else have we got, lads?
Who else? I've gone through my list and very quick.
Yeah, I did not make a list.
Well, I've made a list.
Go on, Liam. You're the only one who's prepared.
Right, so, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
I think Ziggler needs time away. I think he needs to go to the Indies, re-find himself, and then come back.
I think he's
Go
just-
to the Indies.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think he's just missed the... He'll never be back in WWE if he goes to the Indies.
No, you look at Cody. Look at Cody.
Yeah, but he'll never go back... Cody will never go back to the WWE.
He might.
He very, very
Not
might.
for a while.
Not for, yeah, exactly.
He probably will.
I don't think WWE would have him back.
What?
He-
Because he's got
Cody's not as big of a draw as he claims to be. Have you seen the audiences he's pulling in? He's talking about filling out Wembley Stadium and massive arenas, and half the seats are empty. Cody's built this idea up in his head that he's the biggest draw on the planet, and he's not at all. He's improved.
He's
Don't
not the
get me
biggest
wrong.
draw on the planet, but I'm being a part of Bullet Club has helped him. But I don't know. I think but this is the same thing. He's going to the Indies. He's refinding himself again, and the best is yet to come from Cody Rhodes.
Like Drew McIntyre, I think is most recent
Wow,
example.
yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly.
Drew McIntyre was never
Probably going to be the next NXT champion.
yes, I would hope so.
I
That's
very
John, that's
much
a
hope
really
so.
good point. I hadn't even considered Drew McIntyre. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler probably could do that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I think Ziggler's older than both Cody and McIntyre.
Yeah, as the time passed for Ziggler.
He's past his prime.
Like, Cody got out while he could.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Cody's still in his
shit
20s, I
gimmick.
think. Ziggler's early 30s now. He's not got long left, and he's past his prime.
He's not.
And he's
long
already
with
been
poor
world
Dolph.
champion.
True.
Yeah, that's right, I
Cody
think.
Cody had the opportunity to leave before he'd already hit his peak. Whereas I think Ziggler's peaked in the company now. He's 2-time world champion.
Cody is 31.
Right, how old Ziggler?
Let's find out.
This is where he's younger now, and I've fucked it all up.
No, Ziggler's about 36.
Get out.
It's gotta be.
No,
Yeah, bang on, 36.
Yes.
Oh,
There we go.
played.
So, yeah,
Well
I mean, I think he's still... Ziggler's, I don't think, has any time left to go and find himself, and he can't go back to NXT because it looks a bit ridiculous if he's sending a former world champion back to NXT.
Definitely not.
I think he's just going to flounder on the main roster. I hope he transitions to a training role sometime soon.
He's not getting a main event push again.
No.
I don't see that.
Nah.
Next on my list was Test.
Test. This
Oh.
is Test.
He had a great look. He had a sick big boot. Couldn't talk to save his life. But then again...
He did get a small push. He
What
was
a
meant to be
boy.
married to Stephanie McMahon
And
at
then
some
Triple
point.
H just went, nah.
Sorry, mate,
that.
we're already married.
Swipe.
With a manager, I think could have been really good. A decent one.
Trish Stratus.
A decent one.
TNA.
If Trish Stratus had years of experience on her side when TNA was a thing, then I think both Test and A-Train could have had a chance. But yeah, I like Test look, and you can tell people in the back did as well. A certain person in the back must have really fucking liked Test.
Test. Wow.
But yeah, never used his full potential. And one I think you'll all really agree with is Shelton Benjamin.
Oh!
What a boy.
Could have been world champion
Definitely could have been world champion.
if they'd have had some faith in him, and if his skin colour was different.
Ooh. Oh, what a mic drop.
I was going to say if he had a better finisher, but you've just changed the game there.
True. It's absolutely true, and you know it. If Shelton Benjamin, if someone with that talent was white, he would have been world champion, and that's the only reason WWE didn't push him for it, and it's disgusting.
I kind of have to agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to look at the New Day for who, one of them is potentially going to be the first. Because Rock's from Samoan descendant, isn't he?
Yeah.
And people say he's the first, but he's not.
He's only half.
He's half
African-American.
cast, isn't he? He's half cast. So there's not been.
Has there really never been a black
No.
WWE champion?
No.
Wow.
So
No.
you've got to look. I look at the New Day and think either Big E or by some miracle Kofi is
It's
going
not
to be
gonna
the
Kofi.
first,
I think Big E might win it.
the first ever African American.
Absolutely be Big E, but I think it
champion.
should have been Booker T.
Yeah. Actually, saying that, Booker T has been World Heavyweight Champion.
Not the same.
But it isn't the WWE Champion.
No, it's not the
Yeah,
same.
it's World Heavyweight.
Definitely not.
Um,
Got a first Indian
Jack shit.
WWE Champion
yeah, the fact.
who's
Who's
Canadian.
Canadian?
Yeah. But yeah, so Shelton Benjamin was one on my list. I had two more that I don't think are as, but Shelton Benjamin was a big one.
Yeah.
I also had Vader, who in the WWE at least was
Yeah.
critically underused.
Yeah.
He was massive the world over, but never held gold in WWE,
Yeah.
which is a shame. And my other one, which is, I think you'll all agree with, is William Regal.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, by far.
He deserved that
Absolutely.
main event run in 2008.
Yep.
It's just a shame about the wellness policy violation stopping
Yeah.
him. But yeah, I think
Poor
if
Regal.
not in 2008, he deserved it at some other time. 'Cause he's one of the best technical wrestlers they've ever had.
Absolutely.
And he's fantastic on the mic as well. He had the full package. And he already had a gimmick because he's British, which is basically a racial bonus. Pre-made gimmick for you.
Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, he deserved a world championship reign, I think. But it's good to see that he had a full career of elevating others and that he's still very well respected now.
Absolutely. And then also made Goldberg look like shit.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, so that's...
So you made Goldberg look top notch Christian. Just to bring it back to that.
There you go.
Got speared the shit out of him by Goldberg.
And we will leave you with that. This has been the Few Good Marks podcast. We will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Fuck you.